7 almost 0-calorie snacks that actually kill hunger. I'm gonna give those to you today. Now, most people think that the hardest part of losing fat is the diet. It is not. The hardest part is actually 9 o'clock at night when you've eaten all of your meals and your stomach is still asking for more. That's hunger. Now, that moment has probably ended more diets than any missed workout ever will. None of that is true. There's actually a biological reason for it, a scientific explanation. And once you see it, you'll never blame yourself again. Now, that 9 a.m. collapse that you're experiencing is not a discipline problem. It is a food problem. Discipline is what gets you to the gym. Discipline is what fills the fridge with the right things on Sunday. Discipline is what closes the kitchen at 8 p.m. But the moment you're standing in front of an empty fridge with a hungry stomach and nothing satisfying to reach for, this isn't a discipline test, it's a rigged game. You're not losing because you're weak, you're losing because you've walked into that moment empty-handed. And every diet you ever have quit, you didn't quit because you ran out of willpower. You quit simply because you ran out of options. But that changes today because I'm gonna give you 7 incredible foods that have helped me get to single-digit body fat. My name is Dr. Michael Diamonds. I am a pro natural bodybuilder. I'm a scientist with degrees in biochemistry and microbiology and the founder of Scope by Science, where I have personally helped thousands of clients over the last 11 years lose weight without hating their lives. I'm going to give you 7 snacks that cost you almost nothing calorically and shut down your hunger completely. Together, they take that 9 p.m. moment off the table entirely. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna give you a secret ingredient that the Middle Eastern and Mediterranean kitchens have been using for thousands of years. It's 0 calories, makes everything on the list taste so good, and it will actually help you look forward to your meals. Now, most people in the West have never heard of it. Let's not waste time and dive straight in. Snack number 1, sugar-free Jell-O. The first one is going to surprise you. Now, hear me out on sugar-free Jell-O. Most people on a diet do not fall apart because they're hungry. They fall apart because they just want something sweet. And this is a completely different problem, and it requires a different solution. So at 9 o'clock at night, when every sweet craving you have ever had has decided to show up once, you don't need more protein. You just need something that tastes like a treat, something that tastes that you're not imprisoned, that satisfies this craving completely and costs you nothing on calories, and that's sugar-free Jell-O. 10 calories per serving. It's cold, it's sweet, and it's satisfying. And because it takes up real space in your stomach, think of it as just boxing the corner of your stomach. That physical act of eating gives the brain the signal you're looking for. The deficit will remain intact, and you didn't have to fight yourself to get there. This is one of my single-digit body fat weapons. I recommend making a batch every night and keep it in the fridge for the next day. Choose the strong flavors, and if you want to add more protein to it, add Greek yogurt. Hey, and before I move into snack number 2, because it's going to be for my savory group, if you guys enjoy the level of research in these videos, you guys want more of these, you're happy with these top 5, top 10 foods, leave the video the gentle thumbs up. That just supports me as well, and I greatly appreciate it. Let's move into snack number 2. Around 12 calories a cup. Pickles. When hunger hits at night, it's rarely just about being hungry. It's actually the specific craving for something sharp and salty and satisfying, the kind that makes you go into your pantry and grab for those Lay's or for the Pringles. Pickles solve that completely with just 12 calories a cup. But here's something that most people don't know about them. The vinegar that they sit in contains a compound called acetic acid. That is just the thing that gives vinegar that sharp, sour taste. But when it gets into your system, it actually slows down how quickly your body absorbs carbohydrates and breaks carbohydrates down before it releases it into your blood as glucose. Because the faster glucose floods your bloodstream, the more your insulin spikes, and insulin is your storage hormone. So when it spikes, it's a clear signal to your body that it wants to store fat rather than burn it. But if you keep the spike small and your body stays in fat burning mode for longer, it makes your fat loss journey so much easier. So every time you eat pickles around a meal, you're essentially keeping that storage signal quieter. Lower blood sugar, smaller insulin response, and also double the fullness from the same meals. And there is one red flag about this, and that is the sodium. Most commercial pickles have a lot of it, a lot of sodium, and it can make your body hold on to water. And if you can find the fermented pickles rather than the standard vinegar ones, that's even better. And the fermentation process is actually really good for you. Why? It adds live bacteria in your gut that supports all your hormones. So, how to use pickles? Keep it in a jar in the fridge, get the big ones, 2 to 3 spears late at night if you have more sour cravings. It gives you the crunch. Look for low sodium variations, and it gives you the best of both worlds. Highly recommend the pickles if you're trying to get to single-digit body fat. But the first 2 snacks fill your stomach cravings and shut those down. But the snacks that I'm gonna come next do something different. They don't just kill your hunger that you feel right now. They go deeper than that. They quietly fix the system in your body that decides how hungry you feel in the first place. Now, most people don't even know that these systems exist. And once you do, it will change the way you eat forever. Snack 3, watermelon. 46 calories a cup, 92% water. Watermelon is exactly as the name suggests. Watermelon. Now, watermelon has the highest water content of any fruit, and that combined with its natural sweetness makes it one of the most satisfying almost 0-calorie snacks available. And I'm gonna give you a pro tip. If you actually want to enhance the sweetness of your watermelon, take some pink Himalayan sea salt, scrunch it on. I know it sounds counterintuitive, salt to make it sweeter, but it is a game changer. And the watermelon does 2 things at once. It fills your stomach through volume and water content, but it also will help with those sweet cravings. And that combination is rare, right? Most foods that are low in calories are not enjoyable to eat, but watermelon is. And here's something that a lot of people don't know about watermelon. It contains a compound called citrulline, and that's an amino acid. It's one of the building blocks that your body uses to make things. Your body converts citrulline into another amino acid called arginine, which improves blood flow and supports the removal of ammonia from your muscles after exercise. That means watermelon just doesn't fill your stomach, it supports your recovery for training. And that matters for anyone who's trying to build and maintain muscle while losing fat. And because it's mostly water, your body processes it quickly without storing anything as fat. And guys, comment down below if you want more of these snacks, if you want me to show you my full day of eating with me incorporating these snacks. Comment down below, Dr. Mike, do the full day of eating incorporating these snacks. And I have so many more. Just let me know if you guys want these. Now, what to do? Get the watermelon pre-cut, right? Normally the watermelon has its shell, it's a mission to get rid of. You can buy them just in packs at your grocery store, but just simply get them pre-cut so when the cravings come, you're going for 92% water. You can have something to eat craving free. Eat a large bowl for dessert. It's sweet. Freeze the watermelon in chunks or just using it as snacks, and it will just stop your hunger altogether. Snack number 4, cucumber. 16 calories per 100 grams, and this one is 96% water. Cucumber is one of the foods that has the highest water content, and I'll tell you how to use this in different combinations. So essentially, think of it like this. Your stomach is a balloon, and that balloon, as it blows up with food, it has stretch receptors on its walls. When those receptors detect that the stomach is full, it sends the signal directly to your brain saying, hey, enough, you can stop eating. And your brain can tell the difference between a stomach being full of high calories like burgers and fries, or if it's full of cucumber. Both of them send the same signal, full. But here's the problem that cucumber has on its own. It's boring, let's be honest. And boring food is one of the main reasons people fall off their diet and reach for something more exciting, like chips or crisps. And it can cost you hundreds, if not even thousands of calories. This is where the secret ingredient comes in, sumac. It is a deep red spice made from dried and ground berries from the sumac plant. It's been used in Middle Eastern and Mediterranean cooking for thousands of years, and it tastes tangy. It's somewhere between lemon and tamarind, and with that depth, it makes a plain food super interesting. And that sumac is 0 calories per tablespoon. But here's what will make this more flavorful. Sumac is one of the most powerful polyphenol-rich spices available. Polyphenols are the same compound that you find in berries, in green tea, in dark chocolate, and they do something important inside the body. They improve how well your cells respond to insulin. And remember that insulin is the storage hormone that controls where your body sends glucose after you eat. When your cells respond well to glucose, it sends that glucose to your muscle for fuel. When they don't respond well, that glucose gets sent to fat instead. On top of that, sumac contains a compound called tannins and gallic acid that actually slow down how quickly carbohydrates get broken down into your gut, similar to the acetic acid effect that I was talking about with pickles earlier. So less glucose flooding in at once, smaller insulin response, more time in a fat burning zone. Sprinkle a teaspoon on cucumber with a pinch of salt and it will transform the bland food into something so much more exciting. Or you can make a dip with tuna, low-fat mayo, and maybe pieces of eggs, and you can use this as like a dip, right? So where to find sumac? Middle Eastern grocery stores. You can find them in health shops or online. Just go on Amazon and type in sumac and you can sprinkle it on your cucumber, on your cherry tomatoes. Start with a half teaspoon and then adjust to the taste and use it as a replacement for your high calorie dressing and sauces in your other foods. But food number 5 gotta be one of my favorites, and that is gonna be kimchi. 23 calories per cup. So what is kimchi? It's a traditional Korean dish. It's made from fermented cabbage, and as you can tell, it's seasoned with chili peppers, garlic, and ginger. And fermented essentially means the cabbage has been left to sit in salt brine. And essentially what's happened is natural bacteria has broken down the sugars and transformed the food into something nutritionally different from what it started as. And the result is you get this tangy, spicy, deeply flavored food with 0 calories. But it is so powerful to that hunger that you feel. This is the system that I was trying to tell you about earlier. So your gut contains trillions of bacteria. And essentially the community of bacteria in your gut is called your gut microbiome. And those bacteria have a direct influence on your hunger hormones. So when your gut bacteria are healthy and diverse, your hunger hormones work properly. Your body sends the accurate and correct signals to your brain to tell you, hey, we're full, or hey, we need to eat. But when your gut health is compromised, let's say you've just been drinking a lot of alcohol, for example, literally disinfecting your gut, these signals can become unreliable. Your hunger goes up, your cravings go up. Why do you think more people have cravings when they go out for drinks? And fat loss becomes a lot harder for the reasons that have nothing to do with your caloric intake or your training. But kimchi, it contains that live bacteria called probiotics that support the health and the diversity of that gut microbiome. And there's actually recent studies, and it showed that overweight adults who consumed kimchi daily for 12 weeks showed reduction in body fat and rise in specific gut bacteria that is strongly associated with positive metabolic health and healthy body weight. Kimchi also contains capsaicin from the chili peppers, and capsaicin is the compound that gives chili the heat, and it has been shown to increase thermogenesis, the amount of heat and energy that your body produces, meaning your body burns more calories after eating it. All of this from 23 calories a cup. I highly recommend search for unpasteurized varieties because the pasteurized versions kill the healthy bacteria. Snack number 6 is going to be sauerkraut. It's around 27 calories a cup. Sauerkraut essentially is fermented cabbage, very much like kimchi. It goes through the fermentation process where the natural bacteria transform that cabbage into something very powerful nutritionally that the raw vegetable started as. But with kimchi, it's spicy and bold. Sauerkraut is more milder, it has more of a tangy flavor, and it's easier for the Western palate, I would recommend. The gut benefits we just covered in kimchi apply to sauerkraut. Live bacteria supports your gut microbiome. improves hunger signals, makes fat loss easier inside and out. But sauerkraut also has something that's special to mention. The fermentation process in sauerkraut produces something called vitamin K2. It is a fat-soluble vitamin that plays a role in directing calcium into the right places in your body. It directs calcium into your bones where it belongs and away from your arteries where it can cause problems. So most people eating a standard Western diet get very little K2 because it's only found in a handful of foods like natto, for example. Certain cheeses have more K2, fermented veggies like sauerkraut. So the amounts in sauerkraut are modest, but for anyone who is not eating a lot of animal products, it is a very accessible plant, and it's just something that we can add to improve our K2 intake. And it's just not a 0-calorie gut health tool. It's very filling, it helps you with your nutritional gap. So this is how to add sauerkraut to your diet. Eat 2 to 3 tablespoons as a side dish, just like the kimchi. You can add it to your wraps, add it to your sandwiches, and you can have it straight from the jar as a snack. And again, we want the unpasteurized versions for the very same reasons that I mentioned with the kimchi. Now, there's one snack left, and it does something that none of the other snacks do. It is actively fighting the silent thing inside of your body that's quietly making your fat loss a lot harder. Number 7 is cherry tomatoes. 27 calories a cup. Now, cherry tomatoes are one of the most underrated, almost 0-calorie snacks available. It's naturally sweet, it's satisfying to eat, and it contains something called lycopene. And lycopene is a natural pigment that gives the tomatoes that bright red color, and inside your body, it does more than the color. Lycopene is one of the most powerful antioxidants found in food. And an antioxidant essentially is a compound that will neutralize something called free radicals. And free radicals are essentially unstable molecules in your body. And these are essentially the byproducts, the waste that your body produces through digestion, through breakdown that you don't want in there. And in small amounts, those radicals are harmless. But if you're training, you're running a lot, you're doing quite a lot of things, you're living a stressful life, the damaged cells can trigger inflammation and chronic inflammation. It is just one of the most overlooked barriers to fat loss and health, and it reduces how well the body responds to insulin. Imagine if you have inflammation in your eye, you can't see really well. Now imagine you have inflammation inside of your body. It stops your functions from working properly, and most people walk around with so much chronic inflammation. I see this with our clients all the time once we pull their blood markers. And you'll think that your lack of progress is your willpower, or you're not training hard enough, but a lot of the times it's just this chronic inflammation buildup. And that's a biological reason. So the lycopene will actively reduce this inflammation. So I recommend pairing the cherry tomatoes, maybe with a few slices of avocado. Maybe you can drizzle a little bit of olive oil, make it more of a use and get active with the lycopene. So how to use it? Keep a bowl of cherry tomatoes washed, ready in the fridge. Eat them straight, right? Just like this. You can sprinkle some sumac on that or add some pinches of salt. Add them to your wraps, add them to your eggs, or pair them with a small amount of olive oil. So when your hunger is hitting at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and there's nothing good in the fridge, and the wrong choice is almost always inevitable, but it's not because you're weak, it's because you don't have these 7 snacks in your plan. Add them to your fridge and it will make your process so much easier. Now, these are things that we build for all our clients at Sculpt by Science. We essentially identify what exactly is holding them back. We don't pay attention to the surface level things. We look at those as symptoms and we dig deeper. We do the blood biomarkers and we really see, hey, what's really missing? So we're not playing a guessing game, and these are the things we build. If you're interested in working with me and my team, it's the first link in the description to work one-on-one with me. But let me know which one of these 7 foods you're going to try in your diet next, and let me know if you want me to make that snack video. But I'll leave the video here. I think this is a great video you should watch next, but keep putting one foot in front of the other, especially when you don't feel like it.